Hold up your passport. Hold up your phone. Look at the camera. If you plan to use either of these to fly in 2026, pay very close attention. Because starting 2026, the rules behind both of them are about to change. And most travelers have no idea this is coming. We are talking about a brand new $45 identity fee if you forget your wallet. Why your shiny new digital ID might fail at the worst possible moment. And the $130 upgrade that protects you for the next 10 years. Let's start with the part nobody is talking about. February 1st marks the end of what I call the TSA nice guy era. For decades, if you showed up without your ID, TSA would ask you verification questions, check a database, and in most cases, let you through. Completely free. That system is now going away. Starting February 1st, if you can't show an acceptable ID, you will be routed into a process called Confirm. ID. And Confirm. ID costs $45. Not as a punishment. Not as a ticket. Not as a penalty. It's simply the new identity verification system. And here's the important part. You pay the $45 when you start the verification, not when you succeed. If the system can't verify you, you still miss your flight, and you still lose the money. The fee also comes with a built-in time limit. It covers only a 10-day identity window. Meaning, if you go on a long vacation and return after day 10, you pay the fee again. This isn't a viral rumor. This isn't a half-truth on TikTok. This is how TSA's new identity system operates in 2026. The free manual verification system is gone. The new biometric verification system takes its place, and the $45 fee goes with it. Now let's talk about digital IDs, the savior everyone assumes will fix everything. Digital driver's licenses inside Apple Wallet and Google Wallet are now accepted at hundreds of TSA checkpoints. And yes, when everything works perfectly, they're fast, convenient, and shockingly smooth. But here's what the ads and press releases don't mention. Digital ID works only in lanes with Cat2 biometric readers. Not every lane has one. If your battery dies, your digital ID instantly becomes useless. If the scanner glitches, you're stuck. If you get directed into a lane with older equipment, there is no backup. And here's the part that catches people by surprise every single week. If you get pulled over by police on the way to the airport, most states still do not accept digital ID for traffic stops, meaning your digital license may get you through TSA, but it might not get you through the highway patrol checkpoint 5 miles before the terminal. Digital ID is a convenience tool, not a guaranteed replacement, not a universal ID, and definitely not a safe backup plan in emergencies. So let's be real. Digital IDs are still inconsistent, and Confirm ID is now a $45 last resort fee. So what is the actual fix? Hold up the passport card. This is the simplest, cheapest, most foolproof solution. For $30, you can add a passport card to your next passport renewal. It fits in your wallet. It lasts 10 years. It works at every TSA checkpoint in the United States. No scanners required, no biometrics required, no batteries required. If you renew your passport this year, you'll also likely receive the new next-generation passport with a laser-engraved polycarbonate data page that's nearly impossible to forge or damage. But the passport card is the real secret weapon. It counts as a fully compliant ID for all domestic flights. It gets around state delays, DMV issues, and airport scanner problems. And it's the only backup that works even when everything else fails. Instead of fighting your DMV for a real ID, you can just renew your passport by mail and check one box. This is the most stress-proof option for 2026. Let's zoom out and look at the entire system. In 2026, TSA identity verification runs on 3 tracks. Physical ID, guaranteed to work. Digital ID works most of the time, but not all. Confirm ID always works, but costs $45. And here's the brutal reality. If you don't have an acceptable physical ID, TSA can't skip Confirm ID for you. The system requires it. So, lose your wallet? $45? Forget your license? $45? Plastic ID expired? $45? Digital ID fails to scan? $45? Battery dead? $45? Directed to a lane without the right reader? $45? This is why 2026 is being called the year of pay to prove. You either bring the right ID or you pay to get verified. There is no middle ground anymore. Here's the bottom line. 2026 is the first year where showing up at TSA unprepared will cost you money. Digital ID is convenient, but not reliable across all situations. Real ID is required, but difficult for millions of travelers. Confirm ID works, but comes with a fee. The passport card works everywhere, lasts a decade, and avoids every headache. Check your wallet right now. Do you have the right plastic? Or are you getting charged the $45 fee in February? Comment below and let me know which ID you're flying with. And make sure to subscribe. I've got more 2026 airport changes and hacks dropping next week. If you think you already know the airport rules, you might be in for a surprise in 2026. Because from digital passports to biometric borders at the security gate and even new taxes hidden in your ticket, travel this year is changing faster than ever. So before your next flight, let's go through everything new for 2026. What's real, what's rumor, and how to stay one step ahead while everyone else gets stuck in line. This is the year your driver's license might finally go digital. The TSA now accepts mobile driver's licenses stored in your Apple Wallet or Google Wallet, but only at select airports and checkpoints. If your state supports it, you can tap your phone instead of showing your license. Sounds futuristic, right? Here's the catch. It doesn't work everywhere. Some airports still reject them, scanners fail, and TSA agents will send you right back in line if it doesn't scan. Rule number 1. Always bring a physical ID. Even the TSA quietly says, digital ID is optional convenience. Also, remember that May 7th, 2025 was the hard deadline for real ID enforcement. So if your license doesn't have that little gold star, you'll need your passport to fly domestically. And speaking of passports, the US is testing the next big thing, the digital travel credential. Soon you'll board flights with just your face and your phone. No paper, no plastic. The ICAO and major airlines are already rolling it out in trials across Atlanta, Dallas, and Los Angeles. So yes, the future of air travel is here. But keep that passport handy, because for now, it's still your best backup plan. Let's talk about the rule that refuses to die, the 311 liquids rule. Despite all the TikToks claiming it's gone, it's still very real in 2026. You can only bring liquids under 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters in a clear quart-size bag. Here's what changed. Not the rule, but the technology. Many U.S. airports now use computed tomography scanners that can actually see through your bag in 3D. Where those scanners exist, you can leave liquids and laptops inside your carry-on, but not every airport has them yet. Chicago O'Hare, Dallas Fort Worth, and Miami International do. Smaller airports mostly don't. So unless you know for sure your airport has CT lanes, pack like it's still 2010. And this one's big. Airlines are quietly tightening carry-on sizes again. Some are enforcing stricter dimensions. Others, like Southwest starting 2026, are reworking seat assignments and baggage fees. Translation: weigh and measure your bags, or risk paying $75 at the gate. Quick tip: pack your liquids for TSA and your sanity, because the rule's not going anywhere this year. If you're heading to Europe in 2026, your first stop might look a little different. The EU's new Entry-Exit System, or EES, officially launched on October 12, 2025, and becomes mandatory by April 10, 2026. That means every time you enter or leave the Schengen zone, which is, most of Europe, your photo and fingerprints will be recorded digitally. No more quick passport stamp, and enjoy your stay. Now, you'll face a short biometric scan at an automated gate. For first-timers, expect it to take a few extra minutes. Once you're in the system, it's faster next time. But if you're connecting flights in Europe, build in extra time between arrivals and departures. And here's what's next. The ETIAS Travel Authorization, Europe's version of the US ESTA, goes live late 2026. That means US travelers will have to apply online before flying, even for short stays. It's quick and cheap, about €7. But don't forget to do it, or you won't even board your flight. Pro tip: if you're traveling with a spouse or friend, register together on your first EES entry to stay in the same queue. 2026 isn't just changing how you fly, it's changing how much you pay. Starting April 1st, 2026, the UK air passenger duty increases again. That means flights leaving the UK, especially in premium cabins, just got pricier. And you'll probably see similar fuel surcharges creeping into ticket prices worldwide. But here's one piece of good news. The U.S. Department of Transportation passed new refund rules that force airlines to issue automatic refunds when they cancel or delay flights significantly. No more waiting on hold for 4 hours to beg for your money back. You'll also get refunds if you paid for extras, like seat upgrades or Wi-Fi, and the airline didn't deliver. Still, keep screenshots of delay times and receipts for anything you purchase. Automation only works when the data is clean, and missing proof can slow refunds. And if your flight's canceled overnight, ask the gate for the airline's customer service plan. Many are now required to offer food or hotel vouchers for eligible delays. Because in 2026, the airlines finally have to play fair, but only if you know your rights. Here's what works best in 2026 MPC, Global Entry, and Clear Plus. Mobile Passport Control, or MPC, is the official U.S. Customs app that lets you submit your arrival info before you reach the officer. It's 100% free and now accepted at over 50 U.S. airports. If you travel internationally twice a year or more, Global Entry is still your best bet. And you can use the same kiosk for re-entry even if your travel companion doesn't have it. Clear Plus continues to expand in 2026, but only speeds up ID check, not TSA security itself. Combine Clear with PreCheck, and you're golden. And finally, those facial recognition boarding gates aren't going away. By the end of 2026, most U.S. international terminals will board passengers by face scan instead of paper passes. If that makes you uneasy, you can opt out. Just tell the agent you prefer a manual check. And here's the exciting part. Those trials with the digital travel credential, where your passport lives securely in your phone, are expanding fast. Within a couple years, you might walk through an airport without touching a single document. So, start practicing now. Keep your ID, passport, and phone together. That's your travel triangle for the future. Have a real ID license or passport. Physical always wins. Enroll your digital ID only if your state and airport support it. Pack liquids under 3.4 ounces and assume TSA still cares. If flying to Europe, learn the EES timeline and ETS requirement. Keep receipts for refund claims and airline credits. Use MPC or Global Entry to skip customs lines. And don't be the person who finds out at the gate that your digital ID doesn't work here yet. Because travel in 2026 isn't harder. It just rewards the people who prepare. If you found this helpful, tap subscribe and share it with that one friend who still argues with the TSA about their water bottle. Smart flights, smooth connections, and I'll see you in the next one.
If you haven't updated your travel gear in a few years, there's a good chance you're still packing things that belong in 2010. Airports have changed, airplanes have changed, and even the way we travel has evolved faster than ever before. But most travelers? They're still dragging around bulky, outdated, and sometimes even banned items that only make their trip harder. So before your next flight, take a good look inside your luggage. Because these are 13 outdated travel items you should never bring on a plane anymore, and what you should pack instead. Once considered stylish and organized, those little leather passport covers are now more of a hassle than a help. TSA officers require you to remove your passport every single time you go through security. That means unzipping, unfolding, fumbling, and slowing down the line every time. What to do instead? Keep your passport easily accessible in a jacket or bag pocket just for the security line. Once you're through, move it to a secure zipped inner pocket or travel pouch. And always snap a photo of your passport's info page. Store it securely on your phone in case of loss or theft abroad. Your big everyday wallet doesn't belong on international trips. It's bulky, full of unused cards, and a goldmine for digital pickpockets. Modern thieves can skim credit cards right through your purse or pocket. What to pack instead? A minimalist RFID blocking travel wallet with only the essentials: one credit card, your ID, and a backup. The smaller your wallet, the safer and easier it is to manage on the move. If you've been using the same power bank since 2018, it's time to retire it. Older models can overheat and even pose fire risks mid-flight. That's why airlines ban them from checked luggage. Upgrade tip: modern chargers now include built-in safety sensors that regulate temperature. Brands like Anchor and Belkin have models with automatic shut-off features, small, powerful, and safe to carry on board.